Voice of Vietnam, broadcasting from Hanoi, capital of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam.
Hello and welcome to the Voice of Vietnam. I'm Ninh. In today's program, after the news, we will review major cultural and sporting events in Vietnam during the week. And in today's Sunday show, we will bring you a glimpse of Hassam, or singing of Vietnamese folk music jungle, and then provide some maestro hearty go. But first, here's the news. In the news headlines, Vietnam wants to build and consolidate ties of friendship and cooperation with Shangri-La Dialogue partners. The World Bank supports Vietnam in health, science, and technology research. Japan and the US and South Korea pledge to curb Pyongyang's nuclear development. Now for the news in detail.
National Assembly Chairman Nguyễn Sinh Hùng has conferred Labour Order First Class to Anh Sư District in the central province of Nghệ An. This is in recognition of the local government and people's contribution to the success of national defense and construction since the district's formation 50 years ago. The district has gained an annual economic growth rate of over 11% on average. Earlier, the National Assembly Chairman attributed martyrs at the Vietnam-Laos Cemetery, where nearly 11,000 Vietnamese volunteer soldiers and experts died during mission in Laos. Deputy Defense Minister General Nguyễn Chí Vịnh met with defense leaders from Malaysia, New Zealand, Singapore, Brunei, Russia, the US and China at the 12th France Dialogue in Singapore. At the meetings on Saturday, all sides reviewed bilateral military relations and exchanged views of regional security. They discussed measures to further strengthen defense ties and cooperative relations based on mutual respect and develop a common voice on major regional and global defense issues such as space, conflict, maritime security, and anti-terrorism activities. Vice Minister Vịnh said that Vietnam wants to build and consolidate ties of friendship and cooperation with them, especially in defense. He praised international support for Vietnam's stance on building a peaceful and stable environment in the region, in accordance with international law. Deputy National Assembly Chairwoman Nguyễn Thị Kim Ngân has participated at the 11th Congress of the Vietnam General Confederation of Labour on Sunday. She urged labour unions at all levels to raise awareness on the party resolution on social economic development strategy by 2020 and government resolution on removing business obstacles while implementing the party resolution building up the working class in national industrialization and modernization. She said that the labour union must cooperate with relevant agencies in the protection of workers' rights or contribute more to party building and addressing challenges facing the working class. The World Bank has approved two credits worth $250 million for Vietnam to implement Red River Delta health support and scientific technological research projects. Accordingly, the bank, through the International Development Association, will provide $150 million for the Red River Delta Regional Health System Support Project, which aims to offer better health care services to 15 million people in the region, especially women and children. The project will help strengthen the capacity of district and provincial level hospitals to ease the overload of central level hospitals. Meanwhile, the remaining $100 million will be used to support creative activities in the science and technology sector in Vietnam through designing policies to encourage creativity in the field and enhancing the efficiency of research and development institutes. Direct cargo flights between Vietnam and Italy will open this October. Vietnamese Vector Aviation Company and its Italian partner, Columbus by Italia, have agreed to set up direct cargo air service regional to Turin City and Brescia in northern Italy. In the first phase of the contract worth $15 million, an Airbus jumbo jet with up to 70 tons of capacity will operate once a week. Vietnamese ambassador to Italy, Huang Long said the project will promote trade connectivity between the two countries. The central province of Hà Tĩnh has opened an exhibition displaying maps and objects on Hoàng Sa and Trường Sa as evidence of Vietnam's national sovereignty over the two archipelagos. On display are nearly 200 maps and objects, including ancient Chinese, Western maps and documents in the 17th century, depicting Vietnam's national sovereignty over Hoàng Sa and Trường Sa. The central province of Thanh Hóa has held training courses. Participants were updated on the East Sea issue, the Longer Sea, and sovereignty, as well as safe-fishing. Quảng Ngãi province started the operation of a rescue station in the East Islands. This will provide emergency health services and rescue operation for fishing vessels in the central region. Health workers of the Airline Group have provided health check and medicines to 1,500 people from those involved in the TV. The program to ensure sustainable community development in the area with a cost of $10 million by 2016. The community program includes building schools, clinics, roads, and scholarship grants to local students.
New envoys of Vietnam are now targeted for some world news. Japan, the United States, and South Korea on Saturday called for the nuclearization of North Korea and vowed to promote trilateral cooperation to curb Pyongyang's nuclear and missile development and further provocative actions. Japanese Defense Minister Isunaro Onodera, U.S. Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel, and South Korean Defense Minister Kim Yong-in shared the view North Korea may factor long-range missile tests in December and its third nuclear test in February posed a serious threat to security in the Northeast Asia and the world. The ministers demanded North Korea complied with requirements of UN Security Council resolutions, such as abandoning its nuclear weapons and existing nuclear programs, the statement said. The United States on Thursday reaffirmed its commitment to a defense treaty with the Philippines, which is currently embroiled in a territorial dispute with Beijing over the West Philippine Sea. The pledge came as UN Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel met with his Philippine counterpart, Voltaire Gaslin, in the firelight of an annual security forum in Singapore to set the dominated by Beijing's growing might. Pentagon spokesman George Nader told journalists after the meeting that Secretary Hagel emphasized the importance of the Philippines as a treaty ally and reaffirmed the United States' commitment to the mutual defense treaty. Iranian Deputy Oil Minister Abul Hossein Fayyad said Saturday that U.S. new sanctions against Iran's petrochemical industry is illegal. The energy official stressed that Iran's petrochemical industry is rapidly progressing and illegal sanctions will not stop the process of this industry's development and progress. The U.S. government on Friday slapped sanctions on Iran's petrochemical industry as part of its efforts to intensify the squeeze on Tehran's economy. In a written statement, the U.S. Treasury Department announced sanctions on 8 Iranian petrochemical companies that are owned or controlled by the government of Iran.
Japanese main voice once again. Vietnam wants to build and consolidate ties of friendship and cooperation with China. On the voice of Vietnam.
major cultural and sport events in Vietnam during the week. The Vietnam Association of Photographic Artists launched its 7th International Photo Contest in Hanoi on May the 30th. Apart from the opportunity to enjoy art introduced by some of the world's leading photographers, the competition also aims to promote Vietnam's image, culture, and people internationally.
Các cuộc thi ngày càng thu hút được sự tham gia đông đảo của các nghệ sĩ trong nước và quốc
The
tế.
international photo contest has attracted more and more local and foreign artists and noticed the much improvement of the quality of photos. This year's contest includes the categories for freedom, nature, travel, and portrait. A photo exhibition took place in December at the Temple of Literature of Hanoi.
Vietnamese painting entitled The Rice Seller by Nguyễn Phan Chanh sold for $330,000 at the weekend auctions by Thrifties International in Hong Kong. The painting, which was created in 1932, was brought into the Thrifts headquarters in London by a British person. Leaders of the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism decided to give bonus of 100 million Vietnam dong, about $5,000 for the Vietnam women football team. In the qualifying round of the 2014 Asian Football Cup, Vietnam won all 3 matches to enter the final. Deputy Minister of the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism said,
I suggest that the General Department of Sports and Physical Training and Vietnam Football Federation to build the best.
That was the route of major cultural and sport events in Vietnam this week. Hello and welcome to the Funny Show. This is the show of business and virgin south of Vietnam. Chicken and Vietnamese country is land and people. I'm Grundig, hosting the show for today. Icom or Sanctions is a Vietnamese pop music genre performed mostly by visually impaired artists. In today's Sunday show, we bring you a glimpse of this traditional style of Vietnamese singing. We can provide some maestro how it goes.
Last portion is on being advising your patients also mental status. It also advises you pictures of the Spring Hill Drive. There's a dirt patch just west of Noah Avenue that is going to be the driveway where law enforcement is at.
Some songs were sung at the spring or village festivals with performers being family members and frequently with 1 or 2 family live. The family singing trips brought the countryside singing often set songs about the life and the lives of others to earn a living. Today, some singing is not only performed at the spring or village festivals, but also in the streets, in markets, bus stations, and places where there are many people congregated. Some songs belong to a narrative music genre, a unique kind of folk song sung only in the Red River Delta. Accompanied by folk tales employed in monochrome. Members of some singing troupe often come from one family and learn singing together. Each person has their own role to play in the troupe. The main vocalist is often the blind one, while the other members play